So today I thought we would check out Duolingo in Spanish. This is Unit 25 and this is called Shop for Groceries. This first one is very easy. The tomato, we know it is el tomate.
El tomate.
And the picture also gives it away. The next one, the fruit. Again, it's quite similar to English, la fruta.
La fruta.
Interestingly enough, the word for strawberry, which is fresa in Spain, becomes frutilla in South America, specifically Argentina. Now, it becomes frutilla because those double L's, it's spelled F-R-U-T-I-L-L-A, the double L's make a sh sound in Argentina as opposed to a y sound in Spain. So this one, que tenemos que hacer. So what are they trying to say? Well, we know that que is what. Tenemos is the we version of the root word or the infinitive tener. So we know that tener is to have. That means to have. So tenemos is the we version, which means we have. So what do we have? And when you have a que after an infinitive that's been used, when you have a que, it means to. So for example, what do we have to something? Like tengo que could be I have to, or tienes que is you have to. You have to leave the house today. You have to go shopping. So hacer is the infinitive to do or to make. So and because because there's a question mark here as well, it's a question. What do we have to do? Basically, what do we have to do?
Tenemos que comprar más leche.
Again, we're using tenemos, which is the we version of the infinitive tener, to have. So we have to, and this is a sentence, so there's no do in there. It just means we have to comprar, which is the infinitive to buy something like a product. We have to buy más, which is more. We have to buy más leche, and leche is milk. So we have to buy more milk. Tenemos que comprar más leche. There we go. So we have to buy more milk. So which one of these is the bag? Again, the pictures give it away, but it is la bolsa.
La bolsa.
¿Cuántas bolsas tenemos?
Okay, so cuántas, and that's similar to, well, you can see there how many. So cuántas or cuántos, it's using cuántas because what it's talking about is a feminine word, and it's using cuántas with an S because what it's talking about is not only feminine, but it's plural. It means more than one. So cuántas bolsas, and remember we learnt the word for bag just then, la bolsa. So bolsas is bags. So how many bags? And there we go, there's tenemos again. Do we have? And we use do there because it's a question. How many bags do we have? So how many bags do we have? There we go.
¿Quieres comprar plátanos?
Now this is interesting. So quieres is the you version of the infinitive querer, which is to want. Querer, to want. Quieres is the you version, so you want, and because it's a question, it's do you want? Do you want comprar, which we learnt was to buy, and plátanos, which we know el plátano is banana, plátanos is bananas. So do you want to buy bananas? Do you want to buy bananas? So there we go.
Necesito comprar fruta hoy.
So again, necesito, which is the I version of the infinitive, the root word, which is necesitar, which is to need. So necesito is I need, and there's comprar again, which we know is to buy, fruta, which is fruit, and then we've got this word hoy, which means today. So altogether it's, and because there's no question there, it's I need to buy fruit today. If there was a question mark, it would be do I need to buy fruit today? But because it's just a sentence, it's I need to buy fruit today.
¿Cuánto cuestan los tomates?
¿Cuánto cuestan los tomates. Now, so you might have heard of cuánto cuesta, which is how much does it cost. This time it's using cuánto cuestan, and it ends with an because it's talking about something that's plural. Cuánto cuestan los, and again los gives you a clue that it's got to be plural, otherwise it would be el. Los is the plural of el. Cuánto cuestan los tomates. So how much do the and because it's a question, how much do the tomatoes cost? How much do the tomatoes cost? How much do the tomatoes cost? There we go. Yep, so 10 in a row.
¿Podemos hacer la compra hoy?
Yep. So podemos is the we version, and remember the we version always has this, the hemos for root infinitives that end with er. You'll hear hemos. So podemos comes from the root word poder, which is to be able to. That's what it means, to be able to. So the I version is puedo, which is I can. The we version is podemos, which is we can. The you version is you can, which is puedes. And the they version is pueden. But here we have we can. Because it's a question mark, we can turns into can we. We know that hacer is to do. Can we do? La compra can be turned into kind of buy. La compra is remember that comprar is to buy. La compra is buy. So can we go? Okay. So this one's a bit tricky if you think about it in English, but it basically says, can we get the shopping today? La compra here, they're using it as for groceries, which honestly I didn't know. This is me learning here as well. So, sí, señor, ese es mi compra, necesito something, algo. So, yes, sir, that is my groceries, that is my shopping. I need, and well, what does this cat need to do? He looks like, or she looks like they need to pay, and the infinitive to pay is pagar. So, yes, sir, that is my groceries, that's my shopping. I need to pay. Necesito is the I version of the infinitive necesitar, to need. Necesito, I need. There's no question mark here, so it's I need to pay. I need
pagar.
To pay is necesito pagar.
Tenemos que ir al supermercado.
Remember, we've got the tenemos que, which means we have to. Ir means to go, so we have to go. Al means to the, but the reason they use al here is because it should be a el, because supermercado is a masculine word, so it should have the should be el, so it should be a el supermercado. However, that doesn't sound right. So the Spanish language, what it does is it adds the a and the el together to make al. So if it was a feminine word, like I'm trying to think of a feminine word, a place that begins with L, la biblioteca, it would be tenemos que ir a la biblioteca. I'm sure biblioteca is feminine. So here we have to go to the supermarket, and this person's going to reply. Now we can either put yes and we nos gusta and we like to be cold. Is that doesn't make much sense. This one here, should we look for bags for the shopping? Is that? I'm going to guess that's it. Should we look for the shopping bags? Okay, so I was close enough there.
El kilo de carne es muy caro.
Yep, so el kilo, which is a weight, which is a kilogram. El kilo de carne, and we know that carne is meat, es muy caro. Now, we know that caro, or or you should know that caro is expensive. Muy means very, and it's used S here because it's a permanent thing. It's saying that el kilo de carne es muy caro. So they don't use esta here. So we say a kilo of meat is very expensive. Sorry, it's not a kilo of meat, it's the kilo of meat because they use L. So they use L. So the kilo of meat is very expensive. So there you go. So that's the specific.
Voy a comprar 3 kilos de patatas.
So
Voy a.
Let's listen to that again.
Voy a comprar 3 kilos de patatas.
Where's comprar? Oh, I missed it. There we go.
Comprar.
Voy a comprar
Voy a comprar 3 kilos de patatas.
3 kilos,
de
patatas.
Patatas.
So, voy is I am going. A is to. I am going to. Comprar, we know, is to buy. So instead of saying I am going to buy, it is just I am going to buy. Tres, which is 3. Kilos, de, which is of. Patatas, which is potatoes. I am going to buy 3 kilos of potatoes. I'm going to buy 3 kilos of potatoes. Okay. The tomatoes are very cheap here. So, because we're talking about plural, the tomatoes, it's not el tomate, it's los. Because tomatoes are masculine, so we say los for
Los
the. Because we're talking about a plural, los tomates.
tomates
We're going to use son here because we're talking plural, and the plural is son. Los tomates son are. Very is muy.
muy
And then cheap is baratos.
baratos.
And remember, it's os, it's us, because we're talking about a plural. Los tomates son muy baratos. The tomatoes are very cheap here. So here is aquí.
Aquí.
There we go. So 2 kilos for 5 pesos. 2 kilos for 5 pesos. So we know the word for 2 is dos.
Dos.
Kilos.
Kilos.
Now, for 5 pesos. Now, there's 2 types of for. There is por and there is para. Para is when you've kind of got a... something is getting something. So, for example, a table for 3 people would be una mesa para 3 personas. That is a table for 3 people because 3 people are receiving a table, to sit at. Say you're in a restaurant. Here, though, 2 kilos for 5 pesos, they use
Por.
2 kilos por 5.
Cinco.
And can you hear that accent again when the person says cinco? With the Castellano lisp, which is from Spain, they would say cinco. So, 2 kilos por 5, and then pesos.
Pesos.
And that is 17 questions. So, hopefully... So, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. That was Unit 25 of Duolingo, and it was the very start. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Feel free to support me. Keep on learning, and I'll see you on the next one.